Okay, everything's still good. Yeah, I don't like not fully understanding Elidibus. Again, maybe I just need to go back and watch that other cutscene again, and maybe some of this stuff. I just don't fully understand. I mean, I get that he's going for the rejoining. I get that he is like a fragment of Zodiark. But I don't get what makes him different than the other Asians. Because to me, as far as I can see, it's just he's got the same goal. He just maybe goes about it differently. But it's not like Emmett Selk and Laha Brea didn't go about it differently too. So let's just keep going and maybe something will clear it up. Etched in the stars, a peculiar crystal lies on the capital's polished floor. A peculiar crystal lies on the floor. Upon its surface, an array of lights twinkle like a tiny constellation of stars. Day fourth. Bring honor to the seat of. The distorted voice of an ancient rings out in your mind. A moment preserved in the crystal, it would seem. Hmm. You notice something else glittering up ahead. So who dropped these crystals? Was it Elidibus during our that whole debacle or what? You find 3 more crystals lying on the floor. Though they differ in color and decoration, each is identical in shape. You focus on the crystals and find that the words they hold ring clearer than before. Behold, my friends, embraced by the earth and caressed by the wind, vibrant life flourishes. All is right in creation. There can be no greater joy than to use our wisdom for the good of our people. No greater pride. May all know happiness, now and forevermore. There do not appear to be any more crystals in the hall. Perhaps it would be wise to continue the search outside. Your instincts serve you true, and you discover another 2 crystals. As you reach out with your consciousness, new voices begin to echo in your mind. The heavens are ablaze, and the land rent asunder. What will become of the world? Is life itself to be denied? Come what may, we must not surrender to despair. If we but hold fast to hope, we may yet find a path to salvation. The voices tell an incomplete tale. Might more remain to be found? Well, as I'm seeing another sparkly, I'm gonna guess so. You soon discover 2 more crystals. Rather too soon, in fact, as if someone wanted you to find them. Everything burns, crumbles, decays. I hear the lamentations of my brethren, and soon there will be only silence. You will deliver our star from its doom. This we swear. We will deliver our star from its doom. This we swear. So please, dry your tears. Whatever awaits at the end of your search, it is plain you have yet to find it. Sure enough, your persistence is swiftly rewarded, this time with 3 crystals. The time has come. We shall rewrite the laws of creation, and we shall save our star. From this life, our Savior born, may I be worthy of the honor. Colorless crystal. I feel my soul turning, slowly, but irrevocably, and the power I wield begins to seem terrible. But this is right. It is right. Huh. Is this them starting to notice, like, while or after summoning Zodiark, a change in themselves? And again, seems terrible, but they also feel it's right? The tale the crystals weave seems to near its end, but it isn't over yet. With almost melancholy inevitability, the 12th crystal soon reveals itself to your questing eye. Though salvation is ours, it came at great sacrifice. All that remains is to pray. To pray that we will one day meet again beneath a blue sky. Judging by its testimony, it would seem the voice was recorded in the wake of the final days. As you scan the area, another glint catches your eye. Gone is the brilliant radiance of life, replaced by the sickly glow of malformed creatures. Is this to be how it ends? For we who love the star with all our being? No, I will not suffer it to be so. Well, well, we meet again, my new old friend. Hythlodius, the receptionist at the Bureau of the Secretariat? No, we know. That's Hythlodius. If for no other reason than he referred to us as new old friend. How good of you to remember. I see you have been collecting stars. I speak of those crystals. They have constellations etched upon them, yes? High in the heavens, those stars shine their guiding light down upon the lives below. Fitting symbols for the convocation of 14. Would you not agree? This sounds like a bunch of people that are really, like, drinking their own Kool-Aid, you know? They're super, like, up on themselves. As you will have gathered, each crystal bears an account of the life of a member of the convocation as remembered by the Unsundered. Oh, wait. As you will have gathered, each crystal bears an account of the life of a member of the convocation as remembered by the Unsundered. So this is all basically like little biographies about the convocation by Elidibus, Emmett Selk, and La Habrea. Lest you worry, they aren't concepts. They are far too incomplete to be so. But they suffice for imbuing memories within sundered souls, that they might be restored to their office. Oh, this is what they use on the sundered versions to bring them back or whatever, kind of. Keep them. I am sure Emmett Selk wouldn't mind. So, how fare you of late? You are feuding with Elidibus this time, I believe. This is a smart dude here. Very observant. I shall refrain from passing comment on your struggle. It is not my place to do so, long departed as I am. But if I may give voice to a personal desire, I would rather you lived. Oh, well, thank you. If you do not, how will you keep your promise to Emmett Selk? The promise to remember. How does he know all this stuff? I mean, he's And imagine being by Emmett Selk and maybe just there's like a constant updating of information in this area, you know, up until Emmett died. It must weigh heavy, the burden of all those memories. To one who has lived a life such as yours, I can well imagine how Elidibus's existence might seem hollow, how empty a single-minded pursuit of a half-forgotten cause must appear. Yeah, half-forgotten. That's so interesting. Because, yeah, he's forgotten so much that it really is just... He's just all about the cause now. Doesn't even necessarily know why. But how that... Oh, but know that his devotion is not without reason, even if he himself can no longer remember what that reason is. I mean, that's true. Even if he can't remember the reason why, he still knows the goal, and that there was somebody at some point, even himself, that had the reason. Well, that is quite enough talk about Elidibus. I would see if you can reunite the wayward stars. I mentioned before that there was a member of the Convocation who opposed Zodiark's summoning and defected, one whose office was left vacant. Defectors have been deemed unworthy of commemoration. No crystal exists for the individual in question. Huh. Or shouldn't exist at any rate, and wouldn't, had a friend not created one in secret. A crystal bearing the forgotten name of her office. Bearing the forgotten name of her office, along with a magic of her own conceiving. A singular incantation embodying her spirit. Huh. Among all the offices, the 14th was most unusual, for while the rest sat in Amarat, its holder was charged with gaining an intimate knowledge of the wider world. In the course of her duty, she traveled the length and breadth of every land and befriended countless folk. She encountered troubles too, of course, matters which she could simply have referred to the Convocation, but that was not her way. Nay, more often than not, she would call upon her comrades, and together resolve matters themselves. Interesting, the use of comrades, and the idea that the Convocation are not her comrades. Such is the magic sealed within that crystal. The magic to summon the stars to your side. Okay. So that's starting to make more sense. With the Warrior of Light fight. In time of greatest need, should you wish upon it with all your heart, it will surely answer your call. But then who do we summon? Because we already have all of the people we fight. So we summon Emmett, right? And I'm already forgetting the words, but it was to summon your comrades, right? And now it is where it belongs. Oh, there is no need for thanks, but nor will I hear any complaints about it either. After all, I cannot say whether I act on my own volition or by the will of my recreator. Interesting. I mean, it would make sense, the recreator. Again, knowing what's to come.
I was wondering where you'd disappeared to. Is something troubling you? No? Very well. I have everything. Let's hurry back to the surface.
Man, this feels like probably the biggest lore dump to date. Or at least it's the one that's the hardest for me to kind of put all the pieces together. Ah, fresh air at long last. I would celebrate my return to dry land with a pot of tea, had we the luxury of time. But we must be prepared for Elidibus. Given what we know, it is plain he will not be deterred from his course. And nor would I, were I him. Not if it meant forsaking everything I loved. That said, I have not forgotten how Emmett Selk sought to find common ground with us, for all our misgivings. Ultimately, our differences were not to be bridged, of course, but one must always try. Emmett Selk understood this, and if his gesture resonated with you, perhaps you might consider reaching out to his brethren. But I mean, we've tried that, and they just... And especially if Elidibus is a shard or a piece of Zodiarch, I mean, he's not going to be swayed. I mean, that's like trying to talk to any of the other primals and sway them. Though it may all be for naught, you of all people know that there is no such thing as a foregone conclusion. I think that's one of the toughest things, you know, for me now to try to reconcile or whatever is I know what happens going forward. I know Elidibus can't be persuaded or whatever, so it's like I'm just inclined to just say, let's get this the hell over with. And the fact that I don't like Elidibus, there's nothing I find redeeming about Elidibus, unlike Emmett Selk. I liked him, so I wanted to actually try to work with him. Like, Elidibus, I don't like him, so let's just get rid of him. Which I know doesn't sound great, but, you know, it's like he's dead set on being my enemy. I don't really care for him. So, okay, fine. You want to be my enemy? Then be my enemy. Thank you for watching this video. Tonight's stream was a long one. I had a feeling 5.3 was a bit of a longer patch, and concerned whether or not I could get it all done at one time, in one stream. And it turns out I couldn't, not before getting uh, really tired and starting to kind of lose focus and everything. So I decided to cut it off a bit early, which was right after defeating Elidibus. So I still have a little bit of 5.3 to finish up before moving on to 5.4. But I enjoyed it, not as much as I would have if I had a bit more energy, was a bit more awake, but it is what it is. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to come join me live for whatever post Final Fantasy XIV adventures I am on, the link to my Twitch is in the description down below. Thank you again for watching, and have a good one.